Hey guys and gals, and welcome back to Surviving Bedrock. Now, as I loaded into the world and I checked my inventory and went into third person here, I noticed I'm missing my helmet somehow, and it doesn't appear to be in my inventory. We went fortress raiding on our last live stream, and I still have not cleaned up my inventory from it. But we have quite a bit of good stuff, including some gas tiers. We're only one gas tier away from being able to resummon the dragon and do that fight. We got 2 wither skeleton skulls, and I believe I have one here in the base already, so we will be able to do a wither fight eventually. Got some more blaze rods. I'm a little worried the fact that I don't have my helmet. And hi, buddy. Let me just have a friend up here. So let's I don't know, clean up some of this stuff really quick. This was my chest with random potion stuff. We set this up in the last episode. But I'm a little worried that I don't have my helmet. And there is a weird little, I don't know if I want to call it a bug, but it's happened in the past. You notice when I open my inventory, I'm highlighted on my helmet spot, like by default. And if you happen to click when you first open your inventory, you can pick up your helmet and not even realize it. And I'm worried that I picked up my helmet and dropped it somewhere, possibly in the nether. So that's not good. We may go back in the nether and see if we can find it really quick, but I don't know what the chances of that are. We're just going to clean up our inventory. We're going to pop back in the nether. We're going to see if we can find our missing helmet, because that was my backup set of armor. I don't know if I have a replacement for that at all. So we'll be back shortly. So as I was heading back out to the Nether Fortress, I thought what might be a good idea is to check back at the live stream footage, because that could tell me the moment that I accidentally took the helmet off. Yeah, that's not what happened. Here, I'll roll the footage back for you guys, and you could see what happened. There's so many blazes here. Buddy, ow. So did you guys see what happened? Yeah, it looks like our helmet broke while we were fighting in the fortress, and I didn't even catch it. So while we were, all of our equipment took a beating. This was all full equipment. I did have my golden helmet in another, so I grabbed that and put it on. Even our shield took quite the beating, which is a good thing that we're about to start working on our villagers, because we need diamond armor bad. We need mending on all of our equipment bad. So yeah, it's a good thing. That's our project for today. Let's get started. We have got to do some prep ahead of time to get ready to roll all the villagers over at the iron farm. Went and we pre-made all the job blocks that we're going to need to roll all the villagers. We already have 2 lecterns over there. We'll cover all of these job blocks a little bit more in detail once we are placing them down and setting up the villagers. There's a couple more things we want to do really quick. First off, I left the ender chest I had made over at the iron farm, so we need to make another one so that I don't have to run all the way back there to go get it. I didn't cover making this in the video, so I thought I'd cover it really quick. First off, you need to make an Eye of Ender, which is also your other ingredient to find a stronghold. Once we make that, we can make the ender chest by surrounding it with obsidian. Bam! Now, if I put that ender chest down here, I have access to all the stuff I threw in the ender chest over there that is a lot of junk. I was basically just using it as a junk storage at the time. So we'll work on emptying that out so we can fit all the useful stuff we need to bring with us. And one other thing we need to make that we haven't covered yet since it came out last update is the bundle. We have not touched base on the bundle yet at all. And it is actually going to come in pretty useful for this. So they did change the recipe of the bundles from when they first introduced them way back when in the previews. Now, instead of needing rabbit hide, it's just 1 string and 1 leather. Super easy. And now, once we have the bundle, we can pick up all of our jobs. So you could fit up to 64 of any items that stack up to 64 in there. Super cool. If I right-click it, I can pull the first item out. If I hover over it, it'll show me up to the first 11 items that are in the bundle. I think I have it in the hotbar and it'll start dumping a single item out. I don't know how to... I thought there was a way to dump everything out of it. I'm not sure, as I have not used them very much yet, but it'll be very useful for bringing all these job blocks over that we're going to need. And we're going to gather up items that we need to trade with the villagers to lock them in to their trades. If you guys recall from the last episode where we rolled our librarian and our farmer, that you need to trade with them one time once they have the trades that you want in order to lock them in. So I'm going to gather up all those items, and I will meet you guys over at the iron farm. Okay, we are over here at the iron farm. We've got all of our villagers staring at us menacingly, like they do. It's time to get these guys rolling. We've got an inventory full of all sorts of stuff to trade with them. We've got our bundle full of all the job blocks that we'll start putting down. We got ender chest full of more goodies. Yeah, we're ready to roll. We're going to do this on live stream and start setting up some of these villagers. And what I think I'm going to do is we're going to cut some of the live stream footage into like the highlights of setting up the villagers. And then when that's all done, we'll come back in and we'll do a deep dive into each of the professions and go over exactly what we were trying to get in our trade selections for some of them, because some of our trades were a little picky because we've only got 30 villagers here to work with. So we wanted to make sure that we were getting the trades that we needed to get from these villagers. So enjoy the clips here from the live stream. Okay. We do have the trader helper up. So I'm not too picky on what comes on these armors. Mostly just making sure we need to get one guy that has 2 pieces and the other guy has the other 2 pieces. So both these guys have pants, so one of them needs to change to pants. Okay, you know what? I like both of those. Hey look, boots and helmet. That's a good one. Yeah, that'll just be disenchanted. Okay, so both these guys are good to lock in, I think. Okay, this is where I'm gonna be like I'm gonna try to be picky with some of my trades. Like, I know you can get a pickaxe with Silk Touch and Unbreaking 3. So I may be trying to get something like that. I don't know, I know you can get Unbreaking 3 Efficiency 3. That's not a bad shovel. Dude. I think we got a winner with this guy. Breaking 3, Efficiency 3, Fortune 1. Unbreaking 2, Efficiency 2, Silk Touch on the shovel. I think this guy's a winner. I'd love to get that Unbreaking Efficiency Silk Touch pick. That would be amazing. You know what? It's not the 3 and 3, but I'll take it. That's not bad. What did I just say that? It's not Unbreaking 3 Efficiency 3, but it's close enough. I think we'll take it. Give me like Unbreaking 3. Since a sword needs so many enchants, like a sword is definitely one of those items that you can max out trying to put books on it pretty easily. Hey. Now look at that. Now that's a sword. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a sword. Beautiful. Perfect. Poison arrows are pointless. First off, poison arrows don't work on undead mobs at all. Hey, weakness. Look at that. Alright, he's a keeper. He's got arrow trade, which... that. I have 3 double chests of arrows from my skeleton farm. Okay, guys and gals, we are finally back. I know it's been only moments for you guys, but it's been an eternity for me. I've been sick a little bit, so recording has been on the down low, but now we're going to try to finally run through this. If I sound a little nasally in the recording, I am sorry about that. But yeah, I've been sick over Christmas, so trying to get in and get this done and get this episode out for you guys. But we have all the villagers locked in. We did a couple live streams and got everybody finished up. And whatever we didn't finish in the last live stream with the librarians, we got them all locked in. So we're going to go around the horn. We're going to go over each profession and go over the trades, because we were kind of picky on the trades. I know I should have put in some of the highlight clips from the stream for you guys before this. But yeah, we were just a little picky on these because we only had so many villagers to work with. So here's what we got. First off, we have the Blast Furnace right here. And what Blast Furnace gives you the Armorer. Now, the Armorer has a bunch of different trade options here, which I'm going to put on screen. At a bunch of different levels, you have different options. So like here at level 2, you can have 25% chance to have 1 of 4 of all the iron pieces of armor. Not really important. We weren't buying iron armor from these guys. What we really look for in this guy is all the way down at the bottom, the expert and the master level. So
they have a 50-50% chance of having pants or boots and having a helmet or a chest plate. So these guys, we wanted to get them each to have 2 pieces of equipment. So this guy has our pants and our chest plate, both with protection 2 on them. And this guy has the boots and the helmet right here. So what we need to start doing is we're going through these guys as well. Where are my emeralds? We need to start buying some of the equipment because we got these chests lined up here. We're going to start laying out all of our equipment and all the enchantments we need and everything. So first off, we've been trading with these guys a little bit to try to start unlocking them. I was trading these guys a lot of iron. As you can see, his price went up because as you max out a trade with the villager, their price will increase the next time they reset their trades, which on Bedrock, they reset their trades twice a day. Once shortly after the morning, after you would sleep the night away, and once slightly before sunset. So it takes usually 2 resets of the trade cycle to get their trades back down to normal. What we need to do is we need to buy some pants, a chest plate, and get some boots. And this will be us finally, what are we at, 15 now? Finally getting into diamond armor. I know. But we will lay these out right here, and as we get the enchanted books as we go down the line, we'll start throwing them in here. So that is the armorer. And next we have the smithing table, and the smithing table gives you the Toolsmith villager. Now the Toolsmith villager, as you can see here on the screen, same thing as with the armorer, you got a 25% chance to get a bunch of stone tools early on. Don't really care about that. The enchantments we were after with these guys was at Journeyman, they have a 25% chance to get a diamond hoe, and then a 25% chance to get enchanted iron tools of the others. We wanted at least one of these 2 guys, because we have 2 of them. We wanted at least one of them to have a diamond hoe trade. And then at Expert and Master, you get either an enchanted axe or an enchanted shovel, 50-50% chance. I think each one of these guys, we got 1 to have a shovel and 1 to have an axe, I believe. Let's see. This guy, yep, which wasn't really important, and I'll explain that with the next villager. But the last one was 100% chance to have an enchanted diamond pick. Now, you can get some decent enchantments on these. I think you can get up to an Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 3, and Silk Touch or Fortune 1. You can, I think the official terminology the wiki says is up to a level 19 enchant, which when you're trying to find out information on that, it's hard to exactly find what enchantments fall into that range. But we were trying to get the best pre-enchanted tool we could get, basically so it was kind of self-loaded already. Yeah, we're still going to throw books on it, but like this guy, we've already got Silk Touch on this guy. We've got Unbreaking 2, Efficiency 2. If I were to buy 2 of these, say, and combine them, I'd already have Unbreaking 3. But I think we have an Unbreaking book that's actually cheaper than that, so it might not be beneficial for us, but I wanted tools that were somewhat self-enchanted already, so we didn't have to enchant them too very much, or we didn't have to unenchant them to enchant them again. So this guy's got a really good Silk Touch pickaxe off the bat. He's got the Diamond Hoe trade. And this guy, see, he didn't get the Diamond Hoe. He had the 25% chance for an enchanted iron shovel, which we're not going to buy. We've got a really good shovel, same as the Silk Touch pickaxe, Unbreaking 2, Efficiency 2, Silk Touch. And we had a really good pickaxe here for this. Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 3, Fortune 1. So all we need to do is throw a Fortune 3 book on this, throw an Efficiency 5 on this. We don't have to waste an Unbreaking 3 book on this guy. So yeah, we have already actually bought, it was this chest here. We bought a Silk Touch pick already from him. We'll probably buy another one and combine them. That's why I haven't really enchanted that yet. And then we already have an almost maxed out diamond pick because we enchanted this after we lost all of our gear the last time. We just need to throw Fortune 3 on this guy. I had threw Mending on it a little while ago because I was trying to keep the pickaxe from breaking. You know the grind. So that is the Toolsmith. Next, we have the Grindstone. And the Grindstone will give you the Weaponsmith villager. Now, same thing with the other 2. I was trying to get some decent enchantments on this guy. So if we look at his trade table here, same thing as with the other ones. You've got different percent chances. Now, this is one that varies differently on Java and on Bedrock. Bedrock, 100% chance all down the board. So he's going to have all of these trades. He's going to have every trade listed here, no variation, which is awesome for us. So the only thing we were trying to do was get good enchantments. Now, the iron tools we weren't really worried about because we are now finally fully stepping up to diamond. The axe, I wasn't really too worried about getting a good enchantment on my axe. The sword is what I was going for, and I think we got a banger of a sword right here. Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 3, Fire Aspect 1, Looting 1. So for a Sharpness-based sword, we've got this thing pre-set up already. We just need to max out the other enchantments. And we're going to go ahead and buy one of these because we still need a diamond sword. Now, we're actually going to need 2 diamond swords because I'm going to make another smite sword. But in order to do that, I will have to disenchant this sword completely because we only have 1 weaponsmith, and with sharpness 3 on there, I will not be able to throw a smite book on there. So we will go ahead, we will buy a second one, and we will actually use his grindstone right here to wipe that off. And we will throw these in the tool chest over here. Nope, not that one. We'll throw 1 here. I guess we'll have to throw 1 here with the armor. Like that. Let's grab the rest of our emeralds. I've been trying to trade with these guys to get a supply of emeralds the best I could, because we still need to unlock some of these guys. Now, all of these guys, we have traded enough iron with them because we got the iron farm running, so they are fully unlocked. As we get down the row here, a lot of the other guys will not be. And I've been trying to gather the materials to fully unlock these guys. Okay, next we have the Cleric, which you get the Cleric from the brew stand job block. And brew stand is one that you can't even craft until you've been to the Nether and you've gotten blaze rods, or you just go to a village and you steal them, which is what most people do. Clerics, they have a couple varying trades, actually only 1 varying trade in the expert level. And that is to either get glass bottles or turtle scoot. And turtle scoot is a horrible trade. It takes so long to get it. So I made sure both of these guys had the glass bottle trade. That was the only thing I was trying to get out of these guys. So I have not unlocked them very much. I have been just trading. I traded all the rotten flesh we had with them. I bought some redstone. I bought some lapis. But one thing we did do is we ran and we... yeah, don't ask how we got these, but we have some rabbit's feet. We got some rabbit's feet so we can trade with these guys to try to unlock them, which that was just enough. Perfect. I should be able to trade with this guy and get the other 4 here. There we go. Now we got these guys up to expert level, and I've got some glass right here that we can turn into glass bottles to trade with these guys as well. Now they need 9 glass, they need a lot of glass bottles for an emerald. So we're just going to turn all of this into glass bottles here, and we'll trade with these guys as much as we can, which probably isn't going to be enough to unlock them, but we'll find out. 3 trades. How many do I have left? 33. So close. We only have 6 bottles left. Hey, we got a level. Look at that. We're going to need all the experience we can get enchanting all these tools and armor. We are very close to getting these guys fully unlocked, but we're just like 1 speck off. We will get them unlocked very soon. See, I don't have any more rotten flesh, but you know what we can do, actually? We'll just buy... I'm out of redstone, pretty much. We'll just buy some redstone dust from these guys. Did that fully unlock them? Yes, it did. Cool. Alright, so these guys are now fully unlocked. Netherwort is their last trade, which I've got some of that growing back at base. We can bring some netherwort over, and we can trade that with them. Basically, until I get a source of emeralds, which that will be a future episode, we have a good emerald farm planned. We need to be able to trade with these guys as much as we can to get enough emeralds, because this is all we've got to our name right now. Let's throw this redstone dust in here, and we'll get on to the next villager. Our next job block is the fletching table, which, as of this point in recording, still does not have a use in the game. The only job block that does not have some kind of other functionality. And this will give you the Fletcher villagers. Fletchers have a lot of varying... Well, not a lot, only a couple. The very first trade varies. You can get a 50-50% chance of getting either an arrow trade, or you can give them gravel and an emerald to automatically convert that gravel into flint. I think we have one of each. We do. So, if you don't want to take your gravel and fortunate to get flint automatically, you could take the lazy approach, and you can give them an emerald with that gravel to turn it into flint. Just a time-saving measure if you don't want to place all the gravel and fortunate. And the only other trade that varies is the very last trade, and this is the one we were kind of picky on, is a tipped arrow or an enchanted crossbow. And nobody uses crossbows, so we didn't want that trade. We got arrows of decay on this guy, because this is the only way to get an arrow of decay, except for finding it in a witch's hut cauldron. And arrow decay is actually Bedrock exclusive. Java does not have arrows of decay. And the other one we got was Arrows of Weakness, because this will come in handy if and when we decide to do villager curing, which will lower all their prices. I haven't decided if we're going to do curing with these villagers. If I do decide, I have a very easy way we can do it. So I might do it, just because I have a pretty good way we can cure all these guys without ever having to take them out of their stalls. But Arrows of Weakness are very easy, so we don't have to throw weakness potions. We can just pluck them with an Arrow of Weakness, and we can buy them very cheaply. We have to give them arrows in exchange for the tipped arrows. Now, as most people may or may not know, tipped arrows, you cannot use them with the Infinity enchantment. You can use it with an Infinity bow, but it will still consume the arrow. It does not. The Infinity enchantment does not apply on tipped arrows. And we still do not have a mending bow yet after our last demise. Now, we've only leveled these guys up a little bit because they take sticks. Let's see if we can get the... Oh, this guy's already to the next level. This guy was a little short. All right, he's at the next level now. We don't have string right now to trade with these guys. We do have some feathers stored up. It's from my chicken farm. But we don't have the string to trade with them yet, and it is going to take literally forever to level these guys up purely with sticks. We may slowly do it, but not here on camera. Next, we have the Cartographer, and the Cartographer has no variation in his trades whatsoever. Everything is 100% chance. So we really only got one of these guys just for the purpose of having the maps. I mean, technically we really don't need it with resources like Chunk Base, but it is fun to have the villager. So we've got the basic paper trade in the beginning, we got glass panes, you can get an Ocean Explorer map, which will find you an ocean monument. You can get a Woodland Explorer map, which will find you a woodland mansion. Trial Explorer map for trial chambers, which may be handy if you don't know where they are in your world, and you don't want to use tools like Chunk Base to find these things. And last, you can get the globe banner pattern, which is actually pretty cool. We might buy one of those. I guess the only variation, really, technically, is you get a banner, which is static, but you can get any color banner. So that is technically the only variation on this villager. Next, we have the composter, which gives you your farmer villagers. You guys already know this because we already had Mr. Potatoes over here. I'll have to come up with names for these guys as well. Maybe I'll do stream redeems where people can name my villagers and stuff. That could be fun. But let's look at the variations on the farmer villager. Their very first trade has a 25% chance to get one of the four different crop types. So for these guys, we went for potatoes, wheat, and carrots. Beetroot is just useless. Nobody farms beetroot. The only reason I have it in my farm back at base is just for the purpose of having it. The second trade is 50-50% chance to have either pumpkin pie or apples. I don't remember what we got these guys are. This guy's got an apple trade. This guy's got an apple trade. And this guy had pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie has good saturation, or is a good hunger, but low saturation. I can't remember. It's not a great food source, but it'll do in a pinch. Third trade is completely 100% melons and cookies. Your fourth trade is a random suspicious stew, which you never know what you're going to get on that, even with the trader helper, because you can't really see what the suspicious stew is. The suspicious stew would be a lot more fun if you could stack them. And the last trade, which this is the only trade that we really mattered with these guys, other than getting the first trade of 1 carrot, 1 wheat, and 1 potato, is we wanted everybody to have golden carrots, because the blistering melon is kind of useless other than making potions. You can't eat them. The only purpose they serve is making potions, and you can easily just make a glistering melon, I'm sorry, with just a melon slice and some gold nuggets. So we wanted golden carrot trades so that we can eventually get these guys fully unlocked and we can start getting golden carrots out of them. Now we do have some pumpkins and some melons to trade with these guys to try to fully unlock them. So let's see if we can do that here. We got to level 4. We used quite a bit of our pumpkins. Let's see. We brought these to trade. Let's see if we can fully unlock these guys. That we'll do. We'll fully trade the pumpkins right now because we're getting more experience. Let's see if I can trade enough melon. All right, he is master now. So we have golden carrots unlocked with him. Since I traded the melons early on with this guy, I might not get enough experience. Let's see. We'll max his pumpkin trade. Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it. There we go. Awesome. And we'll put these away. We've slowly been bringing crops and stuff over here. to try to get these villagers unlocked. We're probably going to have to grow some crops over here as well to keep up with these guys. Let's grab our experience. We don't want to let that go to waste. So now these guys are fully unlocked. Let's move on to the Fisherman over here. Now the Fisherman you get with the barrel job block, and these guys have a little bit of variation in their trades. The very first trade is a 50-50% chance on both the first and the second trade to get either string or coal for an emerald, and to get either 3 emerald for a bucket of cod, or 6 raw cod and an emerald. Just like the gravel to flint trade, you give him raw cod and an emerald and he'll cook it for you. Kind of useless because cooking food is just so easy in the game. So we opted all of these guys to give us the bucket of cod trade. And the reason we did that was because we do not have any string to trade with these guys yet. But I wanted all 4 of these guys to be string trades because we have a big spider farm planned in the near future. Because I know I've told live stream, but this might be a spoiler for the video watchers out there. We have a triple cave spider spawner not too far from here. This is another reason we chose this location for the iron farm, is we're going to plan on building a triple cave spider spawner along with a fish farm above it, because it's actually under the ocean floor and it's really close to the surface. So we should be able to combine both and have both running at the same time. And that is why we ended up getting 4 fishermen, because you're kind of wondering, why do I have 4 fishermen villagers? That is why. We are going to have fish coming in to trade with these guys. We'll have ample amounts of string coming in from the cave spider spawners. So with these guys, the next level trade is a 50-50% chance between cooked salmon or a campfire. I wasn't really worried about that, so these guys got whatever they got. Let's see, we have 3 did we get all campfire? We got all campfires with these guys. I really didn't care about that trade because I'm never going to trade these guys the raw fish to cook it. And then everything else down the line is 100% chance. So salmon, you get a random enchanted fishing rod, tropical fish, and puffer fish. Now, the location out here in the ocean, we will get tropical fish and cod and salmon, because I think it's a lukewarm ocean, if I'm not mistaken. We will not get puffer fish, unfortunately. But I will get tons of tropical fish to be able to trade with these guys, which will be awesome. Okay, moving on to the butcher. The butcher villager you get with the smoker job block, which is right here. And the butcher has quite a lot of variation in his trades, and it was actually hard for me to get what I wanted for this guy. The very first trade is a 33% chance of raw chicken, raw rabbit, or raw pork to get an emerald. We wanted the raw chicken because we have the chicken farm back at base, so we can easily get lots of raw chicken if I don't use the lava blade and I just kill them manually with my swords. So that was the first trade we wanted to get. On the second trade, you can get either cooked chicken or cooked pork chop for an emerald. I wanted the cooked pork because cooked pork is a better food than cooked chicken, but this guy was being very stubborn with me, so we ended up just settling on the cooked chicken. And that's because the third trade also varies. 50-50% chance of getting raw beef or raw mutton. Again, I didn't want raw mutton because I don't have a farm for killing sheep. I have a farm for killing cows. So we wanted the raw beef trade. So we settled for the raw chicken to emeralds and the raw beef to emeralds. Or no, that's what we got, and we settled for just having the cooked chicken. Because honestly, I'm probably not going to buy cooked pork chops from this guy anyway, because we have golden carrots unlocked down with the farmers. So the other things you can trade with this guy, like I said, we have raw chicken for emeralds. We can trade him raw beef for emeralds. We can trade him dry kelp block, which we don't have a kelp farm, but Sammie does. Maybe I'll have to barter some kelp blocks from Sammie. And sweet berries is the final trade. And I've got some stuffs here to trade with him. So let's see if we can get this guy a little further along on his trades. We need to get him unlocked on Journeyman so I can access that, because I don't have a lot of coal to trade to him, and I'm not going to waste my coal to trade with the villagers. But let's see if we can see. We're getting so little experience for the chicken trades here. I don't think we'll even be able to trade with him enough. I don't even think I have enough chicken. Can I even... Oh, barely. We barely got it. As you level these guys up, you get so little experience from the first level trade. You really want to be trading the lower level trades if you can. Like with our Fletcher villagers, it's going to take us forever to trade these guys sticks. I can show you really quick again. Let me just turn these logs into planks and into sticks, and you'll see how little experience these guys get. trading them sticks when I've got them unlocked to level 3 Journeyman. We're getting... So it takes almost 3 trades, 3 trades to get just over 1 bar on the experience meter. It's so slow, and you're gonna max these guys out. Yeah, like that. We'll take the experience though. So yeah, these this butcher. Thankfully now we've got him unlocked to Journeyman though, so we can trade raw beef. And look how much experience we're gonna get for the raw beef trade. So much more than I was getting for the chicken trades. Really, the chicken trades are only for getting emeralds at this point, which we can do one more. And now he's locked. Each villager has so many trades. I didn't cover this with any other villagers, but if you look on the graphic here, each villager has so many trades before they lock their trade until they refresh their trades, which I told you earlier is twice a day. But usually on that first refresh, after you've locked them, they will substantially increase their price. You don't want to trade with them. You want to wait for that trade to come back down. But we can trade this guy some more raw beef here. Can we get him? Yes, we got him to master. Right there. And I put this beef away. And I go over here. I'm using all the barrels for storage for these guys. And then as you see, the job blocks that I can have a chest underneath them, we've put underneath the different job blocks. I can't put them under full blocks like the barrel and the smoker and the fletching tables and those blocks over there. Only the ones that aren't considered full blocks. So anywhere I could, I shoved a chest in here. Easy way to store materials to trade with these guys. Or in terms of the librarians, I'll probably be storing the enchanted books I buy from them, so I have a little bit of a stockpile. But let's grab some of these sweet berries, because we've been farming sweet berries to trade with this guy. And we can get a bunch of emeralds from this guy really quick. And that's already maxed, because I can only trade him 12 of those versus 16 of the chicken or the raw beef. But trades like that will really help us get emeralds quickly, because we're going to need a lot of emeralds to buy the books as we get over to them. And before we get to the librarians, the last villager we have in here is the masons. Now, the stonecutter job block is what gives us the mason villagers, and we've only got 2 of these guys. The main reason we got 2 of them is just for their very nice trade at the very end, which is the quartz. Now, they've got some variation in their trades. Let's see how far have we unlocked these guys. Well, it doesn't really matter. I got the Trader Helper resource pack, which you get from Bedrock Tweaks, which is amazing for being able to see the trades. I highly recommend it if you're playing on a PC, you get this resource pack. At Journeyman, you've got a 33% chance to sell them either granite, andesite, or diorite for an emerald. Not super important. I just took whatever they gave me. That guy had andesite. That guy had granite. You get a 25% chance to buy either polished andesite, diorite, granite, or dripstone. I think we have dripstone on this guy. Wasn't really worried about that. The expert level, you got a 50% chance of getting either glazed or regular terracotta in any color. So this one varies the most. You can get up to 32 different combinations of terracotta trades from these guys. I wasn't worried, so we just took whatever they had. The trade we were really worried about was this one right down here. This is the stupidest trade variation in all of Minecraft. I will stand by that. You can get a 50% chance of either getting a quartz pillar or a block of quartz. Quartz pillars, you can't do anything with. They're locked in the quartz pillar format. Quartz blocks, you can throw in the stonecutter and turn them into quartz bricks or quartz pillars or slabs or stairs or anything. Why they would have quartz pillars in there is beyond me, and there's nothing worse than not having the trader helper, unlocking a stonecutter all the way to the end, which takes forever because his trades are not great trades. You gotta trade him clay balls, you gotta buy bricks, you gotta trade him stone, just to get down here and find out you have a quartz pillar and you can't do anything with it. So, can you tell I'm a little upset by that trade? So we made sure to get both of these guys with blocks of quartz. For sure. No quartz pillars here. And we have been smelting up some of our cobblestone to be able to trade to this guy. I don't want to accidentally put a stone block in his head. Let's trade these and see how far we can get this guy unlocked. We're not going to get him all the way. We can get up to 16 trades with the stone, so... And now he's locked. We got him almost there. About halfway. Halfway to the last level, and we can trade with this guy. That's why we brought a whole bunch of stone here, because I don't have a bunch of granite or andesite to trade with these guys. A little bit more stone, and we'll have the quartz trade unlocked for these guys. That's the main reason we got 2 of them, because it's a really easy way to get quartz. Before we get to the librarians, we are going to cover the 2 job professions that we chose not to put into this trading hall. Originally, I wanted to have every villager in here, but there was 2 that I just couldn't justify. And the first one was the Cauldron, which gives you the Leatherworker villager. The Leatherworker is basically useless. You can sell him leather. Okay, that would have been useful because I do have the cow farm, but I'm using my leather to make books, so didn't really need that trade. You can buy leather pants or leather chestplate. Again, useless. Who wears leather armor? You can buy, again, more leather armor. You can get enchanted leather armor a little bit further down the line. Again, nobody wants an enchanted leather tunic. You can get leather horse armor. You can just craft that, so pointless here as well. And the last trade, you get a leather cap or a saddle. You can make leather caps. Nobody's making leather armor, basically. It's useless. Saddles, you can very easily fish them. I guess this is that's like the only useful thing if you don't want to spend time fishing to get some saddles. Other than, I think, finding them in village chests. The only other really way to get them is from the villager. But they're so easy to get fishing that it's not worth having a leather worker in your trading hall for it. So, unless you really like leather armor, or you really like trading leather to villagers, the leather worker is next to useless. And the other villager that we did not include in here is the shepherd, and the shepherd comes along with the loom job block, which you use the loom to make banner patterns and stuff, which is, you can play around with that, like that globe banner pattern that we can buy from the Cartographer. You would throw that into the loom to make a banner. So we'll probably be playing with that a little bit later on in the series, but we really didn't want to include these villagers in our trading hall, and they're not bad villagers per se. Because with the shepherd villager, you can trade them different colors of wool in the first trade, 25% chance, white, brown, black, or gray for emeralds. So if you have a wool farm, that'd be a good thing to trade to get emeralds. The second trade, you can trade them various dyes. So if you have a flower farm, you can get the dyes to trade to the villager. Again, very useful. You have a 50% chance of either buying colored wool for an emerald or carpet. Again, not really useful. If you're already farming wool to sell to the villagers, you're not really going to buy the wool back. It seems kind of wasted there. But anyhow, you get more dye trades down the journeyman and down the expert. And the very last trade, you can buy paintings. Paintings you can just make. Okay, and lastly, we have the librarians, which is the cream of the crop. This is the trader that everybody wants in their trading halls, and this is why we have 10 of them in here, because honestly, 10 was almost not enough. It took a lot of being picky with the trades to get every enchanted book that we wanted. And we didn't even get every enchanted book, we just got the most important ones. And they probably have the most variety of any of the trades, as you can see from their trade table right here. So every step from 1 to 4 has the chance of having an enchanted book, but it also has a 50% chance of having something else. On the expert level, you have a 33% chance, because there's 2 other items you can have, either compasses or clocks. So again, without having the Trader Helper pack, it is really hard to get good librarians locked in. You can only see the very first book if you get a book, because otherwise you might get a bookshelf. But these guys, you get either book or bookshelves, book or lanterns, book or glass trades. So with these guys, the name of the game was run down the line and try to get as many good books at the best prices as we can get. So let's run down here. We will start at the end. These were our very first 2 villagers because they are the ones that don't have the jungle skin. These were the ones we brought from the Savannah village, if you remember. So you've already seen what we had these guys locked in at. We had Mending at 14. We had Aqua Affinity at 5. And to make my life easy, I've put the trades above. I know you guys probably saw it over here, but I put the trades above all the villagers so I know what they are without even having to click on them. So our second guy, as you guys know, he had Fire Protection 4 for 15. He had Protection 4 for 21, and he had Flame for 12 for your bow. As we go down the line, these are all the guys we locked in, either on stream or off camera after stream. We got Silk Touch for 12. We have Feather Falling 4 for 29. Now, when it comes to curing these guys, and we have, Smite 3, we won't use that. Like the ones that we won't be using, we didn't bother writing down on the signs. Those were just, you know, whatever trades. But if you guys saw the live stream, what we ended up doing is we got a villager with a good trade, and then we kind of didn't move his job block anymore, and we went to the next guy. And if we got a better trade, since we didn't lock this guy in, as long as we didn't mess with him, nothing affected the beds, nothing moved his job block, as long as we didn't log off, there was no real risk of him switching trades on us. Because they're locked in a 1x2 hole, they can't move around, they shouldn't have deleted. And we were placing a gamble with that, but it paid off. Because we were able to go down the line and then find a better trade and then come down the line where we had, you know, temporarily locked these guys in. And we were able to reset him because we had gotten better trades. So I think we got the best trades we possibly could on these guys. Now, when it comes to curing these villagers, anything that is 26 emeralds or lower will go down to 1 emerald after 1 zombie curing. So these trades that are higher than 26, they will not be 1 emerald. Like the 29 on the Feather Falling, I think he'll end up being 4 emeralds. But we tried to get the best prices we could on these, while also getting as many of the enchantments that we wanted. So this guy has Fire Aspect. Should be Fire Aspect 2, yes. I should put the 2 on there. We got that for 20, Respiration 3 for 16. I probably didn't put the levels just because I know that that's going to be max level, but I should probably edit those signs. Sharpness 5 for 23. This is one of the rare ones that we didn't try to get two enchanted books on. Basically, our rule as we were going down the line was to try to get at least 2 useful trades. And it was hard on some of these. We spent quite a while. We ended up settling on this one because it was an amazing price for Sharpness 5. Actually, I will throw a graphic on the screen right here that can show you the cost of the books. So for each level, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, this is what the costs can be in this range. And as you see for level 5, it can actually go above 64, but since the max trade that the villager can offer is 64 emeralds, it'll automatically set it down to 64. That just means if you would have rolled a 65 up to a 71, you have that many more chances to get a 64. So some of these trades, like these level 5 trades, are hard to get a really good price on. Like this guy here, we ended up with 2 level 5 trades in him. We've got Mending for 24, which is kind of pointless because we have a Mending for 14 down there. We got 52, which is quite pricey for Smite 5. But realistically, we're only going to use Smite 5 one time on a Diamond Sword. So I wasn't too worried about that, especially when we got Power 5 for 26, which is an amazing price for that book. So yeah, we settled on 52 for Smite 5, but we got 2 level 5 books in 1 villager, which was awesome. We got Fortune 3 for 24, Infinity for 7, and Efficiency 5 for 27. Also, really good trades on this guy. We got Knockback 2 for 32, which, whatever. Unbreaking 3 for 31, which is pretty good. Unbreaking 3 seems to be the bane of my existence. Trying to get that on a villager is always very difficult for me. I don't know why. We got Loyalty 3 for 36, which again, I wasn't really too worried about. One wasn't one of the books in my wheelhouse. But we got the Unbreaking and the Knockback, I think, is what I really knocked this guy in for. And mainly Unbreaking. I think that was the last villager I locked in. It was very hard to get a good Unbreaking trade. And the fact that he had Knockback and Loyalty 3... Impaling 1, I won't really use that, especially because we do have Impaling 5 down here. This guy, Depth Strider for 22. Again, these were like the last couple of villagers I locked in. So it was just, okay, we finally got Depth Strider for a decent price, lock it in. He has Impaling 2 for 26, so again, not great. If I ever need a low-level Impaling for a Trident Killer for whatever reason, hey, I've got it here. And this guy, we did get Impaling 5, but it was 40 emeralds. A little pricey, but if I ever need to put Impaling on Tridents for a Trident Killer, I'll be able to do it. But we did get Looting 3 for 13, which is an amazing price, almost the lowest you can get. So, yeah. So I hope you guys liked that explainer of all the villager professions. Now the last thing we're going to do, and we're going to do this off camera because that explainer took quite a bit of time and I don't want this episode to go super, super long, but we're going to go ahead and buy all the books we need and sell stuff to get as many emeralds as we need to buy all the books because we've got all of this stuff to try to enchant and we're going to take quite a bit of levels. And yeah, we need to get decked out in all diamond gear. So I will come back with you guys once I have everything fully enchanted and locked in. Okay, guys and gals, we are finally done. We did a lot of this on a live stream, so again, I've told you guys before, if you're not checking out the live streams, what are you waiting for? Come hang out with us. I know my schedule's not been very consistent, but I'm trying to get better at that. But we've got all of our tools fully decked out. We've got... We didn't make a mending bow yet, but we will do that pretty soon. Got both our pickaxes decked out, both our shovels. We got an axe with silk touch, we've got a fortune hoe, and we've got all of our armor. It's time to finally don that diamond armor. Oh, it feels good. Feels good to finally be in diamond. And one more thing to go along with this, I thought would be kind of fun. I've never really messed with armor trim so much. I did get this Dune armor trim when we did a jungle temple on stream. I think it was one of our first streams on the server, actually. And first I need to go to a crafting table so I can make copies of it. I went and did some diamond mining so we can make copies of these. There we go. Or we'll make one more so that we have an extra. Bam. And we can put that extra one away. Because you never want to make all of your trims. You gotta save one so you have one to copy later on. Put those diamonds away. But what we can do now is... Well, first I need to take my armor back off. And we are going to do emerald on these. I really want to do the new resin blocks, but we don't have any yet, so we're going to do some emeralds for now. That, and that. Let's see how this all looks. This is the first time I've actually trimmed armor in survival. Oh, it looks so good. Awesome. Fully decked out, trimmed armor. Well, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. I want to thank you all for checking it out. I know this was quite a bit of a longer one, but we had so much info to go over with all the villager professions. If you would, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. We're trying to get up to 500 subscribers so we can unlock the first tier of monetization for YouTube. And you guys know the drill. My name is Aggro, and I gotta skate. Later.